Hi, this is Pietro, and this is the second part of the series of lessons about the relationship between scales and chords. In the first video, which is linked in the description here below, we have been studying together the 7 triads related to a major scale with the root on the 5th string or with the root on the 6th string in the key of C major, and we also learned how to transpose this in any different key. We saw examples in the keys of E major and G major. Today we're going to study something very interesting, which is how we can find some kind of reduced forms of chords by simply taking off 1 or 2 notes from the voicings of those triads, obtaining power chords, which I'm sure you already know very well and use currently, but it's going to be very important to understand what the connections between power chords within a particular key are. We're going to see tense intervals, which sound great to use for riffs and arpeggios. For example, or and we're going to see open triads, which also sound fantastic on the guitar. They are, for example, like this. So as usually, we're going to take a closer view of my instrument from above. You can hit pause and go to grab your guitar so you can follow me and we can study together these new structures. So we're going to start with the triads in the key of C major. Let's spend a minute to review them. We play them with the root on the 5th string, like this. I'm playing voicings with 4 notes, so I'm picking from the 5th string to the 2nd string. This is the 1st degree, the 2nd and the 3rd degree are minor chords, the 4th and the 5th are major, the 6th is a minor. I go backwards, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd degree, 1st degree, the 7th degree as a diminished chord, or minor flat 5. With the root on the 6th string, I'm playing again voicings with 4 notes, so I'm picking from the 6th string till the 3rd, so that the voicings sound just the same as the ones with the root on the 5th string, you see? And the voicings were major, 2nd and 3rd degrees minor chords. I go backwards, 2nd, 1st, 7th degree is a diminished chord, minor flat 5, 6th degree is a minor chord, 5th and 4th are major chords, 6th, 7th, root. Notice that the 4 notes that we are playing are the root, the 5th, the octave, and the 3rd of the chord in each one of the voicings. The same for the minor, same for the diminished, and the same for the voicings with the root on the 6th string. Okay, now if we start to take off some of the notes of these voicings, we obtain, as we said before, different kind of structures. The first one we're going to start from is the power chord, which we obtain just keeping the root and the 5th. So we take off the 2 highest notes in the voicing. As we said, I'm sure that you know the power chords very well, but it's interesting to see the row of power chords belonging to a same key. A power chord for a major chord or for a minor chord will be the same because they don't have the third. The only different power chord in the row is going to be the one built on the 7th degree because it has a flat 5. It's going to be like this. So let's play them all. I'm going to play one bar for each power chord. Play with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2nd degree, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. I go backwards to the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 7th, which is different, and root. As you see, I'm muting the 6th string with the middle finger. Now let's go for the ones with the root on the 6th string. We have the 1st, the 2nd is the same, major and minors all are played the same way. The only different one is the 7th degree. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2nd, 3rd, I go back, 2nd, 1st, 7th, which is different, 6th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and root. Okay, this following shape that we're going to check out is another form of power chord, which is even more powerful because it has another note. We could call it the double power chord. If we play just the root, the 5th, and the octave. So from the voicing, the starting voicing of the triad, we are just taking off the highest note, which was the 3rd. We obtain this shape for the major and the minor. They look the same. The only different one is going to be the diminished, which is going to be played like this. Same with the root on the 6th string. Major, minor, and for the 7th degree, the diminished, this is going to be the double power chord. Let's go with the same rhythm as before. Follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Root on the 5th string, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, back, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 7th, 1st. With the root on the 6th string, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, back to the 2nd, 1st, 7th, which is different, 6th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 7th, and root. Okay? Now the following shape that we can play is going to be something different. This time we're going to just keep the root and the highest note, the one that we erased in the two examples before. So this is root and 3rd, played an octave above. The 3rd is actually a 10th. So this can be called the 10th intervals. In this case, major are like this and minor are like this. The diminished is going to look like the minor because we don't have the 5th in these voicings. We can play them using the rhythm of that Red Hot Chili Peppers song. Look at my right hand, we can play like this. Okay, so follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3rd, 4th, 5th, second, first, seventh, first. With the root on the sixth string, the major, we are taking off these two notes, is going to look like this, and the minor, we're taking off these two notes, is going to look like this. Same for the diminished. It's the same as the minor. Same rhythm as before. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the second, first, 7th degree, 6th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, root. Okay, very good. The last voicing that we can obtain is called the open triad, and we obtain it if we take off the octave from the starting triad. So we kind of blend together the power chord and the 10th interval, and we have this shape for the major, this shape for the minor, and this shape for the diminished. And on the sixth string, this shape for the major, this one for the minor, and this shape for the diminished. Now this time we can make this kind of arpeggio. Etc. Follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sixth. I go back to the fifth, the fourth, the third, second degree, first, seventh, first. Then with the root on the sixth string, 1, 2, 3, 4, first, second, third, back, second, first, seventh, sixth, fifth, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and root. Okay, great. If you want, you can review all of these exercises that we made looking at my guitar from here. Then we can move on and try the same things in another key. Okay, perfect. So now that we have learned this new material in the key of C major, let's do the exercise of transposing it into a different key so that we're going to learn this in general, as usually. We can work in the key of A major this time. Start by reviewing the triads in this key. We have, with the root on the sixth string, the first degree here at the 5th fret, A. I go backwards, I have the 7th degree half step below, the diminished triad, then a tone below I have the 6th degree, minor, and in open position I have the E major, which is the 5th degree of this key. We're actually going to start from here, so we're going to do the chords in this order: 5th, 6th, 7th, the root, then I go up, I continue, I have the two minors, 2nd and 3rd degree, a tone from each other, then a semitone to go to the triad number 4, which is a D major in this key, and then a tone to go back to the triad number 5 at the 12th fret. When I'm here, I'm going to skip to the ones with the root on the 5th string, finding the root here at the 12th fret of the 5th string, so A major, and then I go backwards again, 7th, the diminished, 6th degree, minor, it's an F sharp minor, then a tone below, I have the 5th and the 4th, a semitone to go to the 3rd, and then the 2nd, and I can close on the root again, played in open position, A major. So let's do this order of chords once again. Play with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th string, root, 7th, 6th, 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd, and we close on the root. So now we're going to take a close look of my instrument from the front this time, and we're going to apply power chords, open, triads, 10th intervals to this sequence of chords. Before starting, let's just check out what happens to the shapes for the chords of E major and A major that are in open position. This is the chord, so the power chord becomes like this, the double power chord this way, this is the 10th interval, just with the 6th and the 3rd string, and this is the open triad, skipping the 4th string. Same for the A major in open position, there is always going to be the open 5th string for the root. With this note it's the power chord, this way it's the double power chord, skipping the 3rd string it's the open triad, and just with the 5th and the 2nd string it's the 10th interval. Okay, so now let's go with the order that I just showed you in the key of A major, but using the rhythms that we saw before when we played in the key of C major. Starting from the power chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6th degree, 7th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Skip on the 5th string with the root, 7th degree, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Now with the double power chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7th degree, root, etc. Skip on the 5th string. Okay, now with the 10th interval, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth string. And finally, with the open triads, follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. Thank you so much for practicing with me once again. I hope that this study session was useful. Let's review one moment how this material could be applied in a practical way. We choose a particular key we want to work on. We figure out the triads in that key, and we choose some of them to make an harmonic progression. Then we can try to see how it sounds to play that harmonic progression using, instead of the simple triads, power chords or the 10th intervals with some kind of arpeggio or the open triads. We are going to do something like that together in some of the Play With Me sessions, where we're going to use the harmonic progression also as a practice exercise to use the scale for improvisation. So I will link them in the description here below as soon as they're ready. Look for them and we're going to play on them together. You might also want to look for the third part of this series of lessons about the harmonization of the major scale. In that last part, we are going to talk about chords built with 4 notes, which are the 7th chords. In the meanwhile, if you like this video, please put a thumb, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you soon. Ciao, bye bye.